What is it with all these people who are upset the way that AOC gave a speech about Ilhan Omar? This is, if you really want to know, the most disingenuous critique. I mean, it's one thing like, look, if you're out there and you're mocking the way that someone's speaking, that's fine. It could be funny. But if you take it as a serious critique of, if you're supposedly a journalist and you take it as a serious critique, let's say like when, AOC is attacking the Republicans for keeping Ilhan Omar off the Foreign Relations Committee. Now, we know why they did this. And we know why AOC did not make a big stink about Swalwell or Schiff. And that's because they did that because they had a bone to pick with them. And there was a little bit of tit for tat. But the bottom line is the reason why Ilhan Omar is not on that committee is because she was a woman of color who's also Muslim. And I get these two guys confused. There was that Glenn Greenwald made this similar critique of AOC as Charlie Kirk. And if Rush Limbaugh was still alive, I'm sure he would have said the exact same thing. That's usually what Kirk's take is. But here it is.
She's jumping around. I mean, that's rhetorical blackface, okay? It's called code switching is what it is. It's where you try to talk like a black person. I think it's really insulting, honestly, and incredibly racist and bigoted, and they never get called out on it, ever. This is what she said before. She said it's uncomfortable serving with people who engage in what many experts deem stochastic terrorism. Play cut 93.
I think it's uncomfortable serving with people who engage in what many experts deem stochastic terrorism. But I have had to ride, as has Representative Omar, I've consistently had to ride in 20,000-pound armored vehicles, engaging in some of the most gruesome threats that you can imagine that were incited by Republican members. This is not just about a tweet. It is about what life looks like and the marshaling of hundreds, thousands, if not millions of people into doing something.
AOC needs to get married. It's not good for her to be single this long. It's not. She needs to have a man in her life and have children. She's engaging in really disturbing neurosis. Play cut 96. Ilhan Omar.
Pause it for 1 second.
She's got to get married, though.
Pause it for 1 second. She's engaged. Isn't she?
She's been in a long-term relationship.
She's been in a long-term relationship. She had a boyfriend for a long time. She's engaged.
He sort of qualifies it right at the end here that she is engaged, but
it doesn't matter what the fact is. He wanted to say get back into the kitchen. You got to check that box off, right? The audience craves it. You've got to give your audience what they want.
It really is impressive that he couldn't even get through. He couldn't get through this segment without the most sort of lame, basic misogyny. He really I don't know if I've ever seen anybody move so quickly from like got to get the kids on board to I'm going to fashion my entire professional career around a guy who's so old he's dead and had every sort of like
1950s like housewife narratives you're pushing on people.
He's like, my demo used to be 18 to 21. That's what I pretended it was. Yeah. And now I'm going for the 68 to 73 demo.
Also incredible how he moved from one aesthetic critique seamlessly to another one. First about her, nothing she said in her speech, but his perception of her tone of voice, to then immediately after her gender. So just not engaging on the actual facts whatsoever.
No, not at all.
Facts over feelings.
It's not. She needs to have a man in her life and have children. She's engaging in really disturbing neurosis. Play cut 96. Ilhan Omar. I think she's engaged. She's got to get married though. That changes your life.
Pause it. Somebody just his producer just texted him like I think she's engaged, and he just saw that on his IM. That's what's going on there. Go ahead.
life and have children. She's engaging in really disturbing neurosis. Play cut 96, Ilhan Omar. I think she's engaged. She's got to get married, though. That changes your life. I mean that non-sarcastically. But
is Charlie Kirk
she
married?
needs something to focus on that's not politics. It's deeply unhealthy. She's becoming an angry and angrier person.
Yeah.
This is honestly, I cannot tell you how old this is. It is older than me. I mean, this whole thing of like the angry woman thing is like the idea that they still get mileage out of this is incredible.
It's almost like Buckley, like William F. Buckley kind of stuff too, even before Limbaugh, just like sort of, you know.
There's I mean, then it was like when it was just sort of like a little bit of like, find
you got that underbite down.
That you want to
Go Vidal
talk about. But it really is stunning.
It's amazing how he said neurosis too, right?
Yeah.
She's got a real case of the nerves, huh?
the vapors.
Just time to, she got to take a pill and lie down, sweetie.
She's being hysterical, I think is what they were looking for.